Number system defined. This video will teach you to identify number systems labeled as natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers, imaginary numbers, and complex numbers. Natural number definition. These are counting numbers starting at 1, 2, 3, and so on. This set of numbers does not include zero, fractions, or negative numbers. Example of natural numbers are 5, 79, 1,000, 32,768, and 4 million. Toddlers began learning counting numbers and playing games like hide and seek to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready or not, here I come. Also, rolling a dice is an example of natural number set since it includes 1 through 6. Whole number definition. This set includes natural numbers and 0. These also do not include negative numbers, fractions, or decimals. Examples are 0, 8, 16, 500,000, and 10,000. Of course, when my oldest child was starting to learn numbers 13 years ago, she watched a program called Preschool Prep, and her favorite number was 0. We used whole numbers in sports. For instance, soccer, tennis, football, basketball, baseball, softball, and cornhole use the whole number system. In those sports, we have words substitute for 0. For example, tennis, we substitute love for 0. A score in tennis could be 15 love, not 15 0, or 30 love, not 30 0. In soccer, we substitute the word nil for 0. In football, if the yardage to gain rounds to less than 1 yard, we say third in inches or fourth in inches instead of like third and 0 or fourth and 0. Integers definition. This set of numbers includes natural numbers and their opposites plus 0. This does not include fractions or decimals. Examples are negative 32,768, negative 902, 0, 78, or 15,612. Golf is a sport that uses integers in both positive and negative. For example, the term birdie is technically meaning a score of -1 for a hole. Also, the term hole-in-one is used in golf to say the person only used one swing to make the ball in the hole. A hole-in-one on par 3 would generate a score of -2, and a hole-in-one on par 4 would generate a score of -3 for that hole. And of course, it's pretty much impossible to have a hole-in-one on a par 5 hole. So the term bogey is used to mean that a person scores +1 on a hole. And finally, the term even, or capital E, is used to mean the golfer's score is par for the course or a hole. Rational numbers definition. This set includes all of the integers plus any decimal that can be written as a fraction. Their decimals either terminate or repeat as a pattern. Examples are 5, -4, -2.5, or 1/2. A sport that comes to mind is track and field that uses the rational number set. For example, in the running events, the times are measured to the hundredths of seconds, like 9.84 seconds in the 100-meter dash, or 9.09 meters in the long jump, or 6.11 meters in the high jump. Or if it comes down to a photo finish in the mile, it could be 4:02.43 in the mile run, which is 4 minutes 2 seconds, 0.43. Irrational numbers definition. These numbers can't be written as a fraction. Examples are square root of 7 or pi. No sports come to mind that uses the numbers in their irrational number set. Real numbers definition. Real numbers include everything on the number line. This includes all rational and all irrational numbers. Example is 5, -7, pi over 3, or negative square root of 5. Imaginary numbers. This is defined as I, which is equal to square root of -1. Examples are 3i or -7i. Complex number definition. This includes a combination of real and imaginary numbers. Examples are 3 plus 4i, 2 minus 3i, or 10 minus 4i. Here's our diagram of the number system. And of course you have natural numbers, which is counting numbers, starting at 1. You have whole numbers, which is counting numbers plus the 0. And then you have integers, which is counting numbers starting at 1 and 0, and the opposite of natural numbers, which are negative. And then also you have rational numbers, and those include integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, and also decimal numbers that terminate or numbers that can be written as a fraction. And of course, separate from rational numbers are irrational numbers, and those are, let's say, pi over 2, or square root of 3. And of course you have real numbers. That includes both rational and irrational numbers. And then separate from real numbers are imaginary numbers, which are defined as square root of a negative number. And of course, or can be written like 3i or 4i or -11i. And then of course you have your complex numbers, which include a combination of a real number part and an imaginary number part. For instance, let's say 3 plus 2i, or 7 minus 5i. And let's have a review, shall we? Match these numbers to the best set of numbers indicated on the right side. So problem number 1, -8. Let's see, -8. Okay, that's definitely not a natural number or a whole number. And of course, it's not a fraction or a decimal. So it's an integer, choice G. All right, got that one right. So problem number 2, 7 plus 3i. Let's see here. It contains a real part and an imaginary part. So that must mean it's a complex number. Choice D. All right, I got that one all right. Problem number 3. Square root of 11. So square root of 11 is definitely not a whole number, and it's definitely not a terminating decimal or a number that can be written as a fraction. So that does not make it a rational number, so it must mean it's an irrational number. Choice A. And that is correct as well. And problem number 4. See, 1/4. 1/4. Okay, 1/4 is a fraction, and so that must mean it's a rational number. Choice C. And that is correct as well. Problem number 5. 0. Okay, 0 is not a natural number, but 0 is a whole number because a whole number is all natural numbers plus 0. So it is choice B for whole number. And I got that one right. See here, problem number 6, 15. 15, it's a positive number, but also it's a counting number because you can count from 1 to 15. So that must mean it's a natural number. Choice E. And that is correct as well. 7. 5i. So 5i is definitely not a rational number or irrational number. And so since it's neither one of those, that means it's not a real number. So it must mean it's an imaginary number. Choice F. And that is correct as well. Thanks for watching this video. And if you find this video on the number system as helpful or useful, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching again, and have a nice day.